Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between. Welcome back to another episode of What's on the Playlist Today. Today I'm going to talk about a band called the House Martins, their debut album, London Zero Hull 4, an image of which you will see here. The House Martins were an indie alternative band from the UK, in the 1980s. Formed in 1983, I think. I lost my train of thought. Anyway, I think they were pretty standard, not standard, but they had their sound. I don't think their sound was anything unusual. They were an upbeat band, formed like four friends from the area of Hull, some of which is why the band got this album got their name from. They had a lot of success. This debut album, I think it topped like 3 on the UK charts. They had 4 singles, 2 of which were in the top 50. One hit 54. What were the singles? Like Happy Hour, Flag Day, Sheep. What was the other one? I think it was Think for a Minute. But this is for a debut album. This was pretty solid. Even though they weren't really unique in their sound, they had some harmony, which I think a lot of alternative bands really didn't have a lot of. But aside from that, there wasn't strong harmony, just minor. The name of the album itself, London Zero Hull 4. The band said that they consider themselves to be the 4th best band in Hull, meaning that London had 0. But I think it's funny that they, this debut album charted so high and had so many like singles that hit the charts. They consider themselves the 4th best band from Hull. The album is fun. Most of the songs are pretty upbeat. They've got a cover version. He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother on here, which is a slower song. I think that's a religious song, actually, a Christian song. I'm not up on that. It might be. This is the only version of it that I really heard. So, who knows? I certainly don't. I want to mention this band, other than the basic facts, where they're from. This album charted well. It's a lot of fun album. It's got a lot of fun, catchy, upbeat songs to it that I've really liked. I want to mention it for a couple of reasons. One, if you recall when I did the Fatboy Slim review discussion, blah blah blah, I mentioned he had been in a previous band. This was the band. Fatboy Slim was one of the original band members of the House Martins, and this is a very different sound from Fatboy Slim. This is, again, it's an indie alternative band from the UK in the 1980s. That's what they sound like. This album, along with several other similar albums, was introduced to me by someone I went to high school with. We had both graduated. We'd gotten back in touch after several months after we graduated. I was hanging out at his house and he was playing these albums. This is one of the bands he introduced me to. And, we don't talk anymore. It's been years. But despite our differences, Mike, you had great taste in music. You really did. You introduced me to a lot of good bands that I still listen to this day. So, for that, gotta thank you, man. And as far as whether I would recommend this to anybody, my youngest daughter, Erin, wound up liking this band, which is unusual because she tends to gravitate towards more female vocalists. And this is not that. Like I said, they've got some harmony, but they're not great vocalists. And the harmony is minor. So, I mean, my kids like this stuff. My kids like a lot of my indie UK bands that I used to play around the house. So this stuff is still good. It's still good music, even today. And this is something that I'll just, put in the car and crank up while I'm driving. If, looking for something new to listen to, recommend it. If you're looking for something from the 80s, recommend it. If you like indie music or alternative rock, like bands from the UK, I'd recommend it. This is a solid band. It's a shame they only put out 2 albums before they broke up. They put out 2 studio albums. They put out like 5 compilation albums. I'm not sure if it was them trying to just squeeze some money out of it, or they had some unreleased stuff. I haven't been able to find any of the other stuff. I think one of their compilations has some B-sides on it, but no, London Zero Hall 4 by the House Martins. It's a good album. It's solid, and I recommend it. So take that for what you will. Thanks, as always, thanks for watching. If you can watch me ramble on for 5.5 minutes about, and lose my train of thought for, 6 or 7 times, why would you like that? If you want to torture yourself, I got more stuff to torture yourself with on my channel, but I wouldn't recommend that. And until next time, good hunting.